Hello, I'm Elisa Zhang, and I'm a physician as well as a life and money coach. So a lot of people wonder why go to a money coach instead of a financial planner. Really, what's the difference? I've had other episodes where I talked about financial planners and selecting a financial planner, and a financial planner can be a really helpful advisor for someone to hire. Just make sure that if you do that, that you are getting someone who's fiduciary, because as I've mentioned many times, not all financial advisors are fiduciary. Most of them probably have good intentions, but they're doing also what's maybe good for them as well as good for you, and not necessarily what's best for you. So when someone's truly fiduciary, they're doing what's in your best interest. As a physician, we are essentially obligated to be fiduciary. That's a Hippocratic oath we took. And so many physicians, we think, our advisors have that same kind of oath in their profession, but that's just simply not true. Anyway, get off that soapbox. So a financial advisor, often what they want to do is manage your investment portfolio. And that is not something that a money coach does at all. I have no interest in managing your investments. What I do is empower you to manage your own investments, because you know what? Less than 10% of money managers actually beat the market. And even less than that, once you add in all the expenses that it costs to actually do all the analysis and do all the trading to beat the market. So if less than 10% of people can do that, then your ability to choose a actively managed mutual fund or a financial planner who can choose mutual funds or choose a portfolio of stocks that can actually beat the total stock market is actually quite low. It's much lower than 1 in 10. Because a lot of the people who are beating the stock market, they're working only for big institutions. They're working for like the Harvard endowment. They're not someone like you or me can just go to and have them take care of our money. So if it's so hard to find someone who's going to actually be able to beat the market, what do? You just match the market and keep your expenses as low as possible. And that is the idea behind index fund investing. Anyway, I'm tangenting off again. So most investment advisors will put together a financial plan for you. If you get a good fee-only financial planner, they will put together a whole financial plan for you. And generally it will be, include kind of all the different aspects, including some estate management assets, some asset protection management assets. And I don't necessarily go into all those things. I do talk to my clients about all of them. And I do refer to specific specialists like Stephanie Pearson of Pearson and Ravitz for disability insurance. I think they are amazing. And I do check in with you on each one of these things that should be part of your financial plan. And we really talk about, what based on your goals and values, works for you. I also act as your accountability partner. So the financial planner will give you a plan, but they may leave you to actually execute it. Now, you could potentially pay them to execute it for you, but I empower you to execute it and I coach you through it. And I am an accountability partner so that you'll actually get it done. I mean, I know there are some tasks that aren't fun, and managing finances isn't fun for everybody. But it is important, and it is important to get your finances in order. And so sometimes it just takes having that accountability buddy to remind you, hey, when are you going to get this done? Let's set a time for you to get it done. What's stopping you from getting it done? Is it something that it's a mindset issue, or is it really a lack of time? And then we could coach it actually just even on time and planning time. Or is there something else that's causing you to procrastinate? Some idea of scarcity, you're afraid of something you're going to find out when you apply for disability insurance and life insurance because of the having to be approved medically from it. So we can coach through all those things. So coaching is really about looking at your thoughts and your mindset, and because your thoughts are actually, in the end, dictate what actions you take and the results that you get, right? The other thing is that financial advisors are unlikely to discuss any kind of real estate investment with you, except for potentially investing in REITs, real estate investment trust. And that's because those are publicly traded on the stock market. So then you can just buy a REIT on the stock market, or you can even get an index fund that invests in multiple REITs. But if you're interested in more types of real estate investing, that's something that I can help you with. If you're interested in actually direct ownership, buying a duplex or a single family house and renting out, or getting a vacation rental, sometimes also called an Airbnb or a short-term rental, or even a midterm rental, something that's in between where you rent furnished, but for several months at a time instead of for several days or weeks at a time. These are all things that I'm happy to go over with you, talks about pros and cons with you. These are all things that I have done myself. We can also talk about investing in syndications, in big apartment complexes, or in self-storage, or light industrial, or commercial developments, or buildings, or new developments. There are syndications that invest all different things, or real estate funds, or real estate debt funds. There are so many different types of investments out there, especially if you're a accredited investor, that a financial advisor is just not going to talk to you about, but that's something that I will talk to you about. And again, just work on what are your financial goals and what would be the best way for you to get there. Because even if you love your work, even if you want to keep working, quote forever, I've got many patients in their 90s. As an ophthalmologist, I do tend to see a lot of older patients. And I even now have a patient that's over 100. So there's probably going to be a time where you definitely want to slow down at work and probably want to stop work. And you want to be able to continue your lifestyle after you stop working. And if you don't have your money working for you, then you will need to always work for your money. And that's the point of investing, is to make your money work for you. So let me help you build your wealth so that you can really just live the life of your dreams. And that may mean still working, but I think everyone having financial independence so that working becomes like a hobby is just such a great goal to achieve. And you can do it without necessarily really cutting back on your current lifestyle. Now, it all depends. It does depend on what kind of lifestyle you're living up to at its current rate, but maybe the lifestyle you're living is not really what's bringing you happiness, right? If you are if you don't feel like you're living the dream life, then maybe that's something that we want to talk about. What is the dream life for you, and how can we get you to get closer to that every day? So that is, in a nutshell, what I do and how it's a little different from what you do with a financial planner. If you're interested at all with working with me, then set up a consultation call with me. It's totally free. We talk about what your goals are and where you're at now and how I can help you get to those goals that you have. Or, if you don't feel like you even have goals, if you feel like you don't even have a dream, that you're just so stuck at your current place, we can open that up and really figure out where you want to go next. You can always find out more about me at my website, growyourwealthymindset.com. You can also set up a consultation call with me at that website. I love to talk to you. Thanks for watching.